So in the previous video we learned how to draw the projection of a pyramid which is resting on HP on one of the base edges. The axis is inclined to HP at 45 degrees and to VP at 30 degrees. Okay, so in this video we'll learn how to draw the projections of a pyramid when the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degrees and appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Okay, so here you can see the axis appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Okay, so for that the first two sketches, that is the initial position and HP condition, will be same. So you can see here I have already drawn this to save the recording time. Okay, so here you can see this is the initial position. The edge on which it is resting, that is BC, is perpendicular to the VP or the XY line and it is to your right, and this is the front view. This is what you see in the front view. So the next condition is the HP condition. He says the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. So I told you in case of pyramids you should take the inclination of the base. Okay, you know the axis is perpendicular to the base, so the base will be inclined to HP at 90 minus 45 degrees. That is, again it will be 45 degrees. Okay, so if the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees, the inclination of the base will be 90 minus 40, that is equal to 50 degrees. So why you are taking the inclination of the base is so that in hand sketching you have to get this BC on the XY line. Okay, if you take the inclination of the axis, sometimes you may not be getting the edge BC on the XY line. It may be above the XY line or it may come below the XY line. In that case both will be wrong. Okay, so the edge BC, that is B dash C dash, must always be on the XY line in the front view. Okay, so that is why you are taking the inclination of the base. So the first two positions will be same. So this will be the initial position and this will be the HP condition. Okay, so draw the front view in this position, taking the base as 90 minus 45, that is 45 degrees, and draw the axis perpendicular to the base and complete the front view. Then project the top view. In the top view all outlines are visible lines, so join all the outlines first. Then the edge B dash and C dash, if you look from the top, it is not visible. So the line joining the corners B and C will be an invisible line and it is represented by a dotted line, as you can see. Okay, and then the corners A and O are visible. So A and O will be a full line. D and O also is visible. Okay, if you look from here, D and O also is visible. Therefore D and O will be a visible line in the top view. Okay, so this completes the HP condition. So if you do only up to this, you will get marks up to this. Now to the VP condition. What the VP condition says, it appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees. So apparent inclination is given. This is nothing but the beta angle. So in the previous problem you needed to find the beta angle. In this problem he has given you the beta angle, no need to find it. Directly you can take the inclination, okay, of the axis. So which axis? Not the true length of the axis but the apparent length of the axis. This is the apparent length of the axis. This is what you have to take at 30 degrees. Okay, so this is the top view length of axis, or also it is called the apparent length of axis. Okay, now take the below the XY line, just draw a line parallel to XY line, then you draw a line inclined at 30 degrees. On this line you have to take the top view length of the axis. So measure this, okay, and take it here. So the axis somewhere here it will come if you measure. So I am doing this with freehand, but you have to use the instruments. Okay, suppose this is O. Okay, the apex is nearer to U and this is O1. Okay, so in this position redraw this figure here. Okay, and first this edge BC, how far it is from O1 towards O is this distance. So measure this distance here. Okay, then draw a line perpendicular to the axis. It must be exactly perpendicular to the axis. So it is a hidden line, hidden edge. So measure this distance from the axis and this distance from the axis and mark it here, 1 and 2. So these two distances must be same. So I'll draw the dotted line here in red so that you'll understand better. Okay. Now complete this. This edge CD is perpendicular to this line. So draw a line perpendicular to this line, which is equal to length CD, and from here also. Okay, so this is C and this is B. Now from here also, from B and A, measure B and A, draw a line from B perpendicular to BC equal to BA. Okay, so this distance and this distance must be same. So join them together. This is how you reproduce this figure in this position in hand sketching. For in software it is very easy. You can just move and rotate. This is A, B, C, and this will be your D. Now you know OC you have to join OC. BO also you have to join BO. DO you have to join DO with full line. AO also you have to join with full line. This will complete the top view in the given position or the required position where he says the axis appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Okay, now you have to project the top view. How to project the top view? Just project all the points of the base and the apex. You will get the top view. Okay, so here you will start from A. So draw the vertical projector from A. And from the previous front view, draw a horizontal projector. This will be your new A dash. Okay, then B is on the XY line. So from B, draw a vertical projector. It will be on the XY line. So this is B dash. Again C also is on the XY line. So this will be C dash. Okay, then D, draw the vertical projector from D. And from the previous front view of D dash, draw the horizontal projector. It cuts here, so this will be D dash. So I have got the 4 points of the base. Now I have to project the apex. Okay, so from O, draw the vertical projector. And from the previous front view, draw the horizontal projector. The point at which it meets, this will be O dash. Okay, similarly you can project O1 also. From O1, draw a vertical projector, and from the previous front view, draw the horizontal projector. To cut the vertical projector, you will get the point O1 dash. Okay, if you join O dash and O1 dash, that will be the axis. Okay, now to complete the top view, you have to follow the rules of visibility. What the rules of visibility state that all outlines are visible lines. Okay, so all outlines are visible lines. So I'll join all the outlines A dash to B dash. So this is an outline. B dash to C dash. Okay, this is another outline, and this C dash to O dash. Then O dash to A dash. D dash is here. Okay, so all outlines are visible lines. Then what is visible? I told you to draw the top front view, you have to look at the top view from here. A is visible, B is visible, O is visible. Okay, so here B dash and O dash will be a visible line because B and O are visible here. So draw a full line here. Okay, what about D dash? If you look from here, this D is invisible, away from you. You can see it is like this. Okay, it is like this, so it is away from you, it is somewhere here. Okay, so it is not visible to you. You can see from, if you look from here, this point is away from you, it will not be visible. So all lines joining invisible point will be invisible lines. Therefore A dash and D dash will be an invisible line. Then D dash and O dash also will be an invisible line. And D dash and C dash also will be an invisible line. So this completes the projection. Okay, so this is another type of problems you will get. So the same procedure you can follow for pentagonal pyramid and hexagonal pyramid. Okay, thank you.